Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastion, Envi, strong style cinephile, and we got ourselves our lead, one of our leads for the upcoming live-action Voltron. Yes, I said Voltron movie. Let's geek about it for a scant few minutes. Now, Daniel Quinn Toy, who's a 21-year-old actor, I believe, comes from across the pond. He's been in some stuff. I don't know who he is. Never heard of him. But he's been cast as one of the leads. Don't know who exactly he's playing, but just look at it. He's got like a baby face if you look at it. So it's not like I don't look at him and I don't see Lance. I don't see Keith. I don't see Sven. Certainly not Hunk. So it's a wonder as like who he's going to play. Apparently there's a female lead that's still in the testing phase, I guess, screen testing or just doing like a chemistry sort of test or that sort of thing to see if she jives with him or with others. And assuming that's going to be Princess Allura. It'll be interesting to kind of see how things develop. We know that the live action movie has been in some semblance of like concept or work since like 2005. I know at one point we were looking at like a post-apocalyptic version where survivors of some sort of event stumble across the lines and use them to defend the earth against aliens or something like that. It didn't sound like a good idea, but I mean, at least it was like Voltron. But now we have some movement. I believe it's like Amazon MGM that's going to be doing it. But I'm just happy that we're getting Voltron. I love Voltron. I'm a child of the 80s, of course. I love my Voltron. Voltron has been with us since 1984 with the Lion Voltron, which was adapted from Beast King Go Lion. And then we have Vehicle Voltron, which came from Armored Fleet Die Rugger. And then there was going to be a third Voltron, which is going to be called Gladiator Voltron, which came from Lightspeed Electroid Elbagas. But due to the lack of success for the Vehicle Voltron, they didn't pull the trigger on Gladiator Voltron. You can still see Elbagas, like the anime, the original anime. I've seen a little bit of it. Looks interesting. I haven't watched a lot of it, but I think I'll probably, check it out. And then we had Voltron the Third Dimension in 1998, which was set 5 years after the original series. And I remember looking at it and thinking it was just weird, because it was just like that really like kind of new like CG. People were finding their footing with that. It was very like reboot-ish as far as like how it looked, which was not really that good. So it just was not something that jived with me personally. Still Voltron, I still watched some of it. I can't remember if I had any of the toys from it or not. But I peeped some of it. Not a lot, but some of it. And then you had Voltron Force in 2011, which was on Nicktoons. And I know I didn't watch much of that. I think I saw like the first episode of that and just the whole idea of like the original, pilots of the Lions working with some little teeny boppers. I just didn't like that at all. It was just goofy, it was corny, and it just did not jive with me at all. So I didn't watch it. It could have been good. Somebody could tell me in the comments if it was actually good. I didn't watch it. And the last foray into Voltron was Voltron Legendary Defender on Netflix, which was phenomenal. Plain and simple. It was like, 50 plus episodes. The way they did the season, the way they structured the seasons, I wasn't like a fan of. But overall, I like what they did with the characters. I know there was a bunch of, flack over them kind of gender swapping Pidge into a female for the series. But it was just great, serious storytelling. And I liked how Voltron wasn't in every episode. Now, I know, because in the old episodes of Voltron was in every episode. Everything was kind of leading up to them forming Voltron, defeating the monster, defeating the Roe Beast, or what have you. And with the Netflix series, I liked that. Like, they didn't form Voltron every single episode, so it made it more special when like they had to come together to bring out the big guy. So that's something I appreciated, and just the cast, the voice actors. I think it was just a really well done show. Period. I'd seen where it's supposed to be leaving Netflix in 2024, which is disappointing. But you know, it is what it is with streaming and stuff popping up and then coming off and then showing up on other shit like Pluto and Tubi and you know stuff like that. You know, it is what it is. But main thing is we have a Voltron movie. It is going to start filming presumably this fall, and we have this Daniel Quintoy dude. I'm probably butchering his name. I'm sorry. Who is at least one of the leads. Now where we go from here. Any more casting announcements remains to be seen. Are we going to get some sort of like marquee name to play a role in this? Maybe like Zarkon or Lothor or one of the other pilots, or you know, I rather like them going with like unknowns. Certainly, I haven't done a video on it, but I was certainly disappointed by the news that Andy Serkis is going to be Null in the this upcoming Venom movie, which I haven't watched any of the Venom movies. I think they suck. I watched the first one, fell asleep on it multiple times when I tried to watch it. It sucked. Second one didn't seem to be much better. I'm certainly not going to watch the third one. But my point is, I feel like why do we always go to the same well? Andy Serkis has been in a number of comic book related projects. Why do we have to go to the same 10 actors for these roles? Same thing with Margot Robbie when she was up for consideration, as I bitched about before, when she was up for consideration for Sue Storm for the Fantastic Four. There was no need. Like, let's bring in other people. Just give me like a good cast of unknowns and let this be their breakout project. You know what I mean? Like, just make it good, which I bitch about in all my videos lately. Take your time and just sit down and really plan it out and make it good. That's what we need. So with Voltron, I'm hoping we go with like total unknowns, or like 90% unknowns, because they got to put somebody on the market to bring in the money or whatever, and make it good. And then this will be like the thing that blows them like up and puts them out there, raises their star level. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it happens that way. Cool. Who knows? I guess, we'll all find out together, as we often always do. But those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, of course, and always, if you're in the Houston area, this Saturday, Neo Pro Wrestling, I'll be there doing what I do. Going places, kicking faces, sticking to the script, and getting things done. If you're in the Houston area, come check out the show. Anyway, until next time, let's geek.